Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is October 7th, 2025. We are looking at Proverbs chapter 7. And have you ever had an occasion in your life where somebody says, you need to learn from my mistakes? You know, as a youth, I hated that statement. Because it just let me make my own mistakes. That looks fun. Or I was so arrogant, I thought, yeah, just because you screwed it up doesn't mean I'm going to. I know better, especially in my younger teen years. I wasn't going to get it wrong like you did. I saw what came out of your life. Yeah, of course, I'm not going to make the same mistake you did. I can get through that without the problems that you came out of. I can navigate it better because I saw where you screwed it up. Have you ever had that experience in your life? Well, I think we all have at some point or another. Somebody says, hey, I want you to learn something from what I've done. And you think to yourself, yeah, you were an idiot. You could have walked that path a whole lot different had you just jumped over that pothole instead of stepping in it. You wouldn't have twisted your ankle. And so you decide you're going to go jump over the pothole without realizing what might come of the fact that it's mud on this side of the pothole, and as you go to jump, you're going to land on your back in the middle of it. They stepped in it and twisted their ankle. You end up worse off, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one. I hope so. But Solomon didn't think so. As I was reading Proverbs chapter 7 this morning, I have always read verse 6 and 7 as a literal, he was looking out his window, seeing someone else do something, and he was warning his boys, you know that guy, and that was a foolish thing. Or maybe he saw one of his own sons doing that thing, and he was saying, hey, I saw what you did. I've always read it that way. This morning as I was reading it, I saw it from a different light. Now, I'm not saying this is what happened, but I saw it from a different light. Solomon had experience. He had a lot of experience, and he had a lot of wisdom and knowledge and whatnot. He says this, at the window of my house, I looked through my lattice. I saw among the inexperienced, I noticed among the youths, a young man lacking sense. And as I was looking at that this morning, it came to me that Solomon might have been saying, hey, as a young man, looking back on my life now, I see where I stepped in it. You know, I was just going out and read this. Go ahead and read it. 6 through 23. I saw a young man going out. He knew what he was doing. He was gonna go get him a little something from the prostitutes, but ended up getting sucked into an adulterous relationship because he was not on guard. And he's coming to them and saying, and again, not saying this is exactly what happened. He may have watched his son do this. I don't know, but I can look at my own life. I can look back as if I'm looking out through a window, seeing my inexperienced self do these things, so that I can share that story with someone else. And so he can remember for himself. I mean, looking back, if you go back to live there, it leaves you stuck. But if you look back, you can actually learn the lessons of that situation. The lesson isn't jump over the pothole. The lesson is don't go down that street. Right? There was a road closed sign for a reason. Take the detour. There's a reason it's there. In verse 24 and 25, Solomon says, "My son, listen to me. Pay attention to the words of my mouth. Don't let your heart turn aside to her ways. Don't stray onto her path." Take the detour. There's a road closed sign for a reason. I realize nobody's working today and it looks like it's clear. But there may actually be a point where there's no road at all. But you think you can see it better than what they did. Or you think you figured out what you did wrong last time, and so you're going to do it different. Take the detour. Learn to not go down the road, not avoid the adulterous woman. Don't go near it. Just something to think about for the day. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.